Today's video is dedicated to my son, Chase. He turns 10 years old today. And without him and his younger brother, Luke, I probably wouldn't be building this video at all, or this whole brand. They inspire me so much. We got a little elf craziness in the back. They're back. Gotta love them. But yeah, I wanted to dedicate this video to you, Chase. My biggest fan and my biggest supporter. Without him, I wouldn't be the man I am today. You know, for most of my life, I thought wealth was something that happened to people. A lottery win, a lucky break, some doors that open for the chosen ones, while the rest of us grind, hope, and wait. Back then, my idea of wealth was honestly a fantasy. I would sit there imagining the house, the toys, the freedom. None of it felt real because it wasn't real. I wasn't the man who could hold any of that. I wasn't in alignment. I wasn't even close. And that's when I finally understand it now. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. There's a truth about wealth nobody told me. It's not something you chase, something you grow into. And the moment you step into alignment, like real alignment, everything changes. Alignment attracts more than hustle ever will, because hustle comes from fear. Alignment comes from faith. Hustle says, if I don't grind harder, I'll lose everything. But alignment says, I'm guided, I'm supported, and when I move from my true self, everything I need just arrives on time, effortlessly. And maybe this hits so hard for me because of where I came from. I used to visualize wealth from a place of lack, like I needed a miracle to save me from my own life. I thought the only way I'd ever get ahead was a windfall, somebody else handing me the life I wished for. But man, looking back now, I'm way more proud of earning it the hard way, suffering a little, learning a lot, and actually applying what I learned. God didn't give me a lottery ticket. He gave me a mirror and said, fix what's in here and everything out there will follow. That's alignment. Alignment is when your soul finally starts steering your life instead of your wounds. And I felt that alignment stronger than ever the other day in the boxing gym. Me and my boys sitting in the center of the ring holding hands, saying a gratitude prayer to God, thanking Him for everything, blessing the Batson family for giving us that space, and my boys repeating every word after me. That moment, that right there was wealth. Real wealth. The kind no amount of money can ever come close to. Because when you're aligned, your blessings multiply without you forcing them. You want to know something really wild? This morning, before the gym, I looked myself in the eyes, in the mirror, and I told myself, something big is coming. You've worked harder than most, and you deserve what's on its way. And brother, my whole body fired. Tingles, goosebumps, hair standing up on my arms. My spine was vibrating. A rush of energy, like God Himself tapped into my shoulder and said, "You're ready now." That's alignment. That's wealth in the spiritual sense. The moment life confirms you're on the right path. Alignment is when the external starts matching the work you've done internally. It's when your thoughts stop betraying you. When your nervous system stops panicking. Every time you step into something bigger. When your old identity fades and your new one finally sticks. I've been feeling that shift everywhere lately. A friend reaching out saying he's on his own growth journey. My buddy Chris posting a meaningful video that hits my heart. The first sale coming in while I was sleeping. Seeing repeating numbers and feeling that rush up my spine. My boys recording behind the scenes footage. My buddy Max capturing my story with passion because he genuinely loves what he does. All signs, all alignment. And alignment is wealth. The truth is, most people misunderstand wealth. They think it's money or freedom, cars, status. But those things are just receipts. Real wealth is self-trust, presence, peace, purpose. Your kids looking at you with pride. A mission that's bigger than your pain. And a relationship with God where you don't feel alone anymore. Money is only the echo of who you've become. That's why alignment attracts way more than hustle ever will. Hustle comes from the ego. Alignment comes from the spirit. Hustle burns you out. Alignment builds you. Hustle is loud. Alignment is quiet, but unstoppable. Hustle is the forcing of life. Alignment is God opening doors you didn't even know were out there. And as a father, alignment becomes even more important. My boys aren't learning from what I tell them. They're learning from the way I live. They're watching me rebuild my life with discipline, presence, and faith. They're watching me heal wounds instead of burying them. They're watching me chase purpose rather than comfort. This is generational wealth. This is what breaks cycles. This is why I created Disciplined Being. Not for the followers, not for money, but because I refused to let my boys grow up with the same programming I did. I wanted to learn how to heal so I could teach them how to rise. And the warrior in me knows this. You don't attract wealth by wanting it. You attract it by becoming the man who can hold it. The man who doesn't need validation. The man who isn't drifting. The man who sits with his pain instead of numbing it. The man who wakes up with a mission and goes to sleep with peace. When you reach that state, life moves around you differently. People show up. Opportunities show up. energy shows up, clarity shows up. And the universe says, yeah, he's finally ready. And if you're watching this right now, there's a reason. You're not done. You're not broken. You're not too late. You're just misaligned. The path is there. You just haven't stepped into the version of you that can walk it yet. Alignment begins with presence, with discipline, with truth, with actually seeing yourself instead of running from yourself. And if you need help with that, that's exactly why I created the 7-day presence protocol. Not as a product, but as a doorway, a reset, a way to bring your mind back into alignment with who you're meant to be. Morning, midday, and evening practices that rewire your nervous system and reconnect you to your purpose. If you're serious about changing your life, you'll feel it the second you start. Let me leave you with this. Wealth isn't out there. It's in here. And when your inner world aligns, your outer world has no choice but to match it. And if you've made it to this point in the video, listen to me carefully. Not many people make it this far, but you did. Which means you're serious and your alignment season is already beginning. Stay present, stay disciplined, and never forget, God has a plan for you, but He needs the aligned version of you to receive it. No time like the presence.